Vitas I flew back with a new review, and I really like these cards. These are the Gettysburg Civil Unrest playing cards, Civil Unrest V2, if you will. Along with the cards, I was actually supposed to get a bullet, a replica bullet. For some reason, it did not come. I guess it did not make it through customs. Apparently, there is an attempt coming to resend it to me, so if I get that before this video goes public, I will add it on at the end of the video and show you the bullet. If there's no problems with getting through customs. I don't see why it is an issue. It's not an actual bullet. You're not actually going to fire it. It's a replica. It's an artistic thing. Whatever. Along with this, I did get this card. It says Gettysburg Civil Unrest playing cards. And it says William Corby statue. It was a couple of bucks extra to get this. It basically, represents what actually is on the seal. Every deck has different seals on it. Different seals representing different monuments and artifacts and monuments and places and people related to the Civil War in Gettysburg. And the one I got on my deck and with this card is the William Corby statue. And it says that he was the chaplain of the 88th New York Infantry / Irish Brigade. His statue stands on the base rock on which Father Corby stood while granting absolution to troops before battle on July 4th, 1863. Or sorry, July 2nd, 1863. And there's a statue. So that's pretty cool. The cards themselves, absolutely fantastic looking, as you can see. It says Gettysburg Civil Unrest playing cards on the front. This one has nice gold foil, and this one has silver foil. You see the United States and Confederate States flags. There's a star at the bottom. Absolutely beautiful tuck cases. I love them. And I'm not American. So the Civil War is something that's not that big of a deal to me. I mean, it is, but again, not so much. On one side, it says Civil Unrest Gettysburg. Same on the other side. Top says Gettysburg. I just absolutely love this gold foil color that they use. And in the bottom, it says, and you got a logo for Roman numeral 2015 with either Confederate logo or the United States logo or seal, whatever those are. It says Tomlinson Playing Card Company. It says TomlinsonPlayingCards.com, produced by Tomlinson Playing Card Company in China. So he's got his own company that he found to produce these. This is not Expert Playing Cards. It's not Legends Playing Cards. It's not Noir Arts. It's not Make Playing Cards. It's somebody else. Yeah, it's the Tomlinson Playing Card Company. So I actually am thrilled that he went out and found an alternative that's actually good. Kudos to him. The back, you see kind of the back design of the cards, except with gold foil and silver foil. And again, you see that seal, whatever, of the United States and then of the Confederate States. And there's also a star on the flaps. There is a seal. This actually came on top of the cellophane over this. I had to remove it and replace it in order to keep it intact and actually be able to open the cards. That's the only little minor disappointment I had. That and this cellophane is very loosey-goosey, so I have to actually tape it so that it wouldn't fall apart and keep my sticker on there, the seal. It says Tomlinson Playing Card Company, TomlinsonPlayingCards.com, and it says William Corby statue. This is number 47 out of 500, so it's a very limited edition deck and a very low number. And it also says July 1863, which is when that happened, and Civil Unrest Gettysburg. So, really nice. A little disappointed that I had to, take the seals off, put them somewhere else, and then the cellophane. Could be better, but outside of that, fantastic cards. On the flap, it's just a star, which is really nice. Foil star. Again, the box is very well done. Let's get to the cards very quickly. You get a card, two cards actually, that tell you who's on every card. Spades and clubs represent the Confederate States. Here's your back design on this one, the United States deck, I guess I'll call it. Very cool. Nicely done. Beautiful artwork. Simple and clean, but nice. And hearts and diamonds represent the United States. Jokers, you get one representing the U.S. with that seal, symbol, whatever. Stars in the corners and Joker near the two corners. In blue, and this one, everything is in red. And it's got the Confederate stuff. I would have kept... the only thing I dislike, I just realized, is that I would have made this blue writing and this one red writing to keep with red cards being United States and blue cards being Confederate States. That just seems like it's reversed for some reason, unnecessarily. The Ace of Spades says Confederate States of America instead of United States, and it's got the Confederate flag. It says Tomlinson Playing Card Company, Leroy, Pennsylvania. And the Ace of Hearts is basically the same thing, except it says United States of America, and it's got the stars and stripes. Ace of Clubs, again, Confederate colors, and diamonds, the stars and stripes. Also, you'll see every card is completely custom. There is actually kind of a map of Gettysburg within the cards. If you lay them all out, you actually get like a map of Gettysburg, which is pretty awesome. And he's done that before with other decks, and I think that's really cool. Also, if you look at these cards, there's actually writing in the background. I don't know what that writing is, unfortunately, but I think that's pretty awesome as well. It's related to that whole map or, you know, article that they have on the faces of these cards. So, let's get to the cards. King of Spades is Robert E. Lee, General Lee. This one, Richard S. Ewell. It's kind of funny that the Confederate Spades, they have guys for queens instead of women. This is a little bit funny, a little bit odd. And Jack of Spades, Cadmus and Wilcox. King of Hearts, John Buford. Here we got Jenny Wade and Joshua Chamberlain. And then we got George Pickett, Beverly Robertson. Funny enough, he's got a woman's name. At least Beverly is a woman's name to me. And he's the queen too. And then this one is William Mahoney. And then we got George Meade, Elizabeth Thorne, and John F. Reynolds. Not Kennedy. Number cards, custom pips featuring either the Confederate colors or the Stars and Stripes United States colors, which I think is pretty awesome. Although it seems to me like the Stars and Stripes has a darker color and could have been perhaps used for the clubs and the spades, with the more reddish colored pips, the Confederate colors being used for the hearts and diamonds. But that's just a minor thing. I really like the artwork on these cards. I think they're very well done, as are his previous decks. Let's look at this one very quickly. I'll show you what we got here. It's exactly the same as far as the faces are concerned. As you can see, everything is completely unique and custom. Very cool. The back design, however, is in red with the Confederate logo, and I really like that as well. The cards, put that aside, do have an embossed linen finish. And again, they're produced not by Expert Playing Cards, not by Legends, not by Noir Arts, not by Make Playing Cards, but by Tomlinson Playing Cards, and whoever it is that he found to produce these. And, by the way, in China. The cards, I will say, all things considered, need to be broken in a little bit more, perhaps. But, they handle very nicely, considering they're not Expert Playing Cards or Legends, and they're made in China. I like that quality. It's very good. I got no complaints with that whatsoever. Whoops. And that is that. This one I'm going to rate quite high, I think. As far as the artwork and the theme is concerned, absolutely like it. I want to see something. Yeah. I do think that the Joker's colors could have been reversed to keep in theme with the rest of the colors. But that's a minor thing. And it might have been nice to have actual women for queens on the Confederate States, but I can understand if there wasn't really any to choose from. I think it's a nice addition to the Civil Unrest playing cards that he previously released, and I think I like these ones better. Originally, he was supposed to have 2 different decks with the Civil Unrest. Didn't get enough funding, so he had to produce only one back design, so it is what it is. But it was very well done. Overall, though, I really like the art. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I really like it. Very well done. As far as handling is concerned, it's not bad, all things considered. And definitely, it's actually very good. I'm going to say 4 out of 5 for all things considered for handling. Usability, definitely, it's pretty usable. I mean, the pips are a little bit different. People might be a little bit confused, but I'll say 4 out of 5 usability. And overall, I'm going to give this deck 4.25 out of 5. Really, really like it, both decks. I highly recommend getting them if you can. Very good quality, nice theme, very nicely done. And I think